Everyone, no matter their attitude, introverted or extroverted, the eight function can be used and directed everywhere, even if sometimes using a function in a certain situation is not the best tool. A cognitive function, consciousness, can be directed, focused towards the external world or toward the internal world, toward the physical plane or toward the spiritual plane, which is both internal and external, toward ourselves individually, internally or externally, toward one other self, individual, internally or externally, toward many people, living beings, internally or externally, toward one thing, internally or externally, toward many things, internally or externally. There are many relations, one to external world, one to internal world, one to self, one to one other self or living being, one to many other self, group, one to one thing or many things. There are cases when a cognitive function is not the right tool or state of consciousness. Example, trying to understand the eight function through the lenses of sensing and feeling will fail because it is a system T about the psyche, the mind, and it is better to use intuition and thinking function. I will give you few examples for each function. Intuition directed towards the internal, imagine scenario in their mind, daydream, dream awake, your past memories, scenarios. Intuition directed towards the external, watching the physical, external world, space and imagining, visualizing something in T-space, knowing something or someone is there without seeing it by detecting the energy, the psychic weight. NE directed towards the internal, imagine many possibilities, ideas in their mind. NE directed towards the external, test and try in the physical world, improving others on many aspects, suggesting different ideas to others, doing a lot of things. NI directed towards the internal, NI trying to understand NI, analyze, understand your dream, knowing they need to drink water or eat food. NI directed towards the external, analyze, discern people behavior and intention, or know the purpose of an object, knowing by telepathy that someone else needs to drink water or eat food, having an intuition about someone else or something that exists physically. Sensing directed towards the internal, the detail of your past memories. Sensing directed towards the external, the physical material object, their detail. SE directed towards the internal, the detail in your dream. SE directed towards the external, simply the physical words, color you see, texture you touch, the sound you hear. SI directed towards the internal, putting food in your bodies, eating, take medicine. SI directed towards the external, respect the laws, rules, submit to authority, give order, instruction, procedure to someone else or a group, organize, sort, take care, clean your home and stuff. SI checks, control if other people have done the right thing, task, as they are supposed to do, or rather as their SI want it to be. SI has your own physical body or your own physical object. SI the physical body of someone else or a specific object. Thinking can think about themselves or another individual, can do things for yourself or for others, notice errors, dysfunctionment in themselves or others, can be directed toward people or things, physical or spiritual plane. TI directed towards the internal, build a thing in their mind or think, count in their head, or discern that something doesn't function well in them. TI directed towards the external, notice a mechanism is not solid, is broken, will break, will dismantle, discern when someone's lied, says something incorrect, or made a mistake, or doesn't function correctly. TE directed towards the internal, calculate in their mind the shortest route, seeking to a lot of things in their head, talking to themselves internally. TE directed towards the external, doing in the physical world, writing their thought on paper or computer, explaining to others, feeling can feel about themselves or another individual, can do things for themselves or for others, notice mood, emotional state, feeling in themselves or in others, can be directed toward people or things, physical or spiritual plane. FI directed towards the internal, your own self, well-being, what you personally, individually like, wants, need, interest, passion. FI directed towards the external, another individual, living being that is not you, their own specific values, wants, need, interest, passion. FI can be very emotionally attached, feel close to another individual, and can be emotionally very distant from others when they reconnect, stay with themselves. FE directed at things may wonder if one thing or object is good or not in this situation. FE may not be the best, not the appropriate function. Because the things on themselves are not good or bad, it is more that they can operate, function, can be used, and are practical. It is only after, depending on the human intention, if a TI thing will be used for FE good or bad. FE directed towards the external, doing something for someone, whether it is good or bad, wanting someone to do something, wanting something from someone, speaking to others. FE directed towards the internal, doing something for yourself that makes you feel good, expressing your emotion by being alone, talking to yourself internally. For this video, I might be wrong, it could be two functions or more working together. A function, introverted or extroverted, could be oriented internally when used with an introverted function, and could be oriented externally when used with an extroverted function. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.